Got 3 minutes to go before I start this webinar. Hope I can have this running so I can go back to it and check it out too. I'm taking my time to do this. I'd rather do something different, but I am an Amazon affiliate and I have to make sure or take advantage of an opportunity to become a productive Amazon affiliate, because I only have 3 months left before I get 3 mandatory purchases or activity like that. So I don't have that yet, and it's been 3 months, so they already gave me my 90-day you basically got 3 more months to get it together and make these 3, or we're gonna suspend your account and you welcome to try again later. So shit, right now is a good time to go ahead and put this in effect. So I ran across this email, and it's a webinar on Amazon how to make in 1 minute and 57. So counting down, they're gonna send me to a link, send me to their webinar page. So hopefully I can keep on doing everything I'm doing now, talking to you or letting you tune into it at the same time. Maybe not, because it's a webinar. I've never been involved with the webinar. I've been invited to many, but I never took part in any. So I got my notepad and I have my ears open. I'm taking this time serious. It's a minute left. If they could teach me how to use my Amazon account and I can make that productive, then I can teach others to do the same, while at the same time everybody is getting their bread. So that's my plan right now, and I got 1 minute and 8 seconds, so I'm following through with it. Usually this would pass me by, because I'm like, a webinar? How long is a webinar? Shit, I'm gonna sit in front and not play the game, not listen to music, not do nothing, not work, because I work off my phone on the application. So since I work off application, I need my phone to be active for work, and I'm running around delivering stuff, so it's hard to listen and hard to tune in. So I stop and I'm posted so that I can get this information. And if I'm allowed to share it with you at the same time, that's great. So I haven't shared the actual link, so if you just happen to tune in or something like that, then that's great. But I'm gonna put it on Facebook real quick. So let me get it right here on Facebook. Add one of those, because it's about to start in 18 seconds. Okay. Just put it out there real quick. Hurry up and get it out there. Paste that link. Alright, so I'm going back to the countdown. It's right here. Gotta go up here. Gotta go back right here. Alright, so now it should be taking me to the broadcast. Alright, start the broadcast. I'm in early.
I hear you just fine. So everybody who's here, welcome. In today's training, we're going to show you how to make 5,000 to 10,000 plus per month selling on Amazon without the tech overwhelm, and even if you don't know what product to sell yet. So we'd love to go ahead and begin. If you guys can hear me okay, please drop it into the chat box just to make sure that everybody can hear me okay, so we can go ahead and begin. So before we go ahead and begin, I'm going to wait about 30 seconds. There's about a 30-second delay or so. So please drop in the chat box if everybody can hear me okay, so that we can go ahead and start. So I see Bill, loud and clear. Melissa, yes, can hear you. Rick, can hear you. Laura, sounds good. Scott, Constance, Danielle, Doug, how you doing, guys? Nice to see everybody here. Tracy, loud and clear. Carrie, Marco, Jennifer, Solomon, Janine, Brian, Jim. We got a lot of people here today. So we're going to go ahead and begin. Happy to see everybody. Happy to see Betsy, Freddie, Rosa, Shane, Aaron, Lori. One thing that I'd like to mention before we go ahead and begin is hold all your questions till the very end. We're going to do a massive Q&A, but we want you guys to focus on the material because we have so much stuff to cover and very little time to cover it. So please hold questions till the end. We'll answer every single one at the end during the Q&A. So in this training, we're going to teach you this by showing you, which was to build your Amazon business, how to choose a product that you know will be successful before you even start selling it. So we're going to show you exactly how to pick your product. We're going to show you how to source those successful products in a way that you can sell them for 4, 5, even 6 times what you buy them for. So that's how you're going to make big profits in this business. We're going to show you exactly how we personally have done that. And we're going to show you how to get up and start selling like hotcakes on Amazon. It's one thing to have a product on Amazon, right? But it's a whole nother thing to actually get that product to sell, right? Crazy. You want to actually have a product that makes profit? Insane, right? No. So we're going to show you exactly how to get up and make your product sell like hotcakes. So I want to jump right in, a little bit about myself. I know you guys don't want to get to the actual content, but I want to cover some of my experience. So I've created and sold multiple 6-figure businesses. I'm considered the go-to expert for attracting customers for physical products, businesses specifically. So I really specialize on, it's cool and everything to have a product on Amazon and to be selling on Amazon as a big site, and it's cool. But, it's a whole nother thing to get people to actually come to your page and actually buy your products, right? That's the big thing that people don't understand how to do and need that kind of connection. So that's my expertise, and that's what I want to bring to you guys in this presentation is not only how to launch a product on Amazon, but to also actually get that product to sell and make a substantial income from it. I've been featured in places like Huffington Post, MSN, Fast Company Magazine, just to name a few. So you can go ahead and check out my articles there if you want. So that's a little bit about me. Austin, I'm going to go ahead and pass it off to my partner, Austin Hilton, and tell him a little bit about yourself before we go ahead and begin.
Yeah, Jeremy, I appreciate that. So audio sound good, just FYI?
Yep, sounds good.
Perfect. Okay. So guys, a little bit about me. And as Jeremy mentioned earlier, we're really, frankly, about getting you guys into the content as soon as possible. And this presentation truly is about you guys, but we want to set the stage for you and kind of give you some insight into what we've done because it has direct bearing, guys, on how, we're going to teach you guys on this presentation. So what is my background? Well, frankly, I'm known as one of the top online physical product sales expert. In fact, in some arenas, I'm considered the #1 guy out there. And one of the main reasons for that is that I've sold over $100 million online. And Jeremy has been involved in my businesses and we've worked together and we've worked together as a team. So he's really had his hands in this as well. And so $100 million online, $10 million a year businesses, sold these companies in 2009 and 2014. What were we selling? What were we selling in this 100 million? We were selling automotive parts and accessories, trailer hitches, brakes, automotive parts, brake pads, you name it. We were selling it. We had a huge call center, warehousing, shipping organization, 14,000 square foot warehouse to give you some perspective how big the warehousing operation was, and about 55 to 60 plus people working in that warehouse at any one given time. So you can definitely say that we have had major experience selling physical products on our own websites and on Amazon, places like that as well. So if it comes down to physical product sales, we really truly are the guys who sold $100 million online in those respective years. So I'm actually going to turn it back, Jeremy, over to you, sir, to talk about the agenda.
Yeah, so now that we've talked about how cool we are, that's kind of a joke because we're actually not that cool. But anyway, as an agenda for the next 60 minutes, this is exactly what we guys are going to cover because it's all about you. You came here to get information on how you can start selling, how you can start generating income on Amazon. So this is exactly what we're going to cover. So we're going to cover how to create a 10,000 plus per month Amazon business so that you can either supplement your income or quit your day job. There's different people that have different goals. So whatever goal you have, supplement your income or quit your day job, we're going to cover both of those. We're also going to cover how to successfully sell on Amazon without doing any shipping, without doing any warehousing, or without doing any customer service yourself, so that you can have a truly autopilot business. And that's using Amazon's FBA program. We're going to talk about that a lot in the next couple slides here. We're also going to show you guys how to avoid all the hassles of finding the right product to sell, so you can finally sell something that you know will be successful before you even start selling it. So we have very strict criteria in picking products that we know are going to be successful before we even start selling them. We're also going to show you the new way for anybody, regardless of age, regardless of education or business experience, to finally start a profitable online business. So we're going to cover all of that, and we can't wait to share with you guys the exact 6 steps that we took and how you can use those for yourself. So why is this so important to you now? Well, number one, most Amazon sellers are doing everything dead wrong. I'd say about 90% of all Amazon sellers are really not doing hardly anything right, and they're sacrificing sales because of that. And this is where you can actually do things the right way and make a massive amount of money selling physical products on Amazon. Most people pick a product that is actually destined to fail. A lot of people just kind of blindly pick a product, don't really have any reason why they're picking that, and they don't do it from an educated standpoint. So we're going to show you how to find those products that you know are going to be successful. Just about everybody thinks that they need to resell a big brand product, right? That you need to resell one of those big name brand products to be successful on Amazon, when this is actually the exact opposite of what you even want to do. So we're going to show you why that is and the alternative to selling a big branded product on Amazon. It's easier than ever to source products for rock bottom prices and sell them for 3 to 6 times your costs if you know exactly what to say to potential suppliers. So we're going to show you how to get rock bottom cheap prices so that you can sell these products for a 3 to 6, I've even seen more than 6 times profit on each product that you sell. And by the way, we're not sourcing these cheap products that are breaking or anything. That's totally not what we're doing. We're not sourcing low quality products. We're going to talk a lot about what we actually do in the 6 steps. So this is for you if you are a person that wants to generate income online. This is definitely the presentation for you. This is also the presentation for you if you're tired of trading time for money, quote unquote, your job, and want to make sales while you sleep. That's a big reason why a lot of people own an online business, so to speak, is to no longer trade their time for money, which is a reason why I got into my own business. I actually owned a big supplement business, which we'll talk about in a little bit. If you're tired of if you tried starting an online business in the past and you haven't figured out how to make consistent sales, you're definitely in the right place for this. I've met I can't even tell you how many people I've met that have started businesses and they've developed amazing products, like great brands and great products. A lot of homemade products are wonderful things, but they just haven't cracked the code for how to get sales, how to get consistent sales. So you're definitely in the right place. We're going to cover that. If you're worried about launching a business on Amazon because you're afraid there's too much competition, this is definitely for you, because you are going to discover on this webinar tactics to outselling 99% of the competition. Like I said, so many people are doing things wrong, guys. It's like ridiculous. And there's so much opportunity right now. And we're going to share with you why that is and what you can do to outperform all of these people that are already selling on Amazon right now. So a little bit of house rules before we go ahead and start. We love to kind of share with these just to get some preconceived notions out of the way. Number one, this is not a get-rich-quick scheme. It's nothing like that. We don't like those things, and quite frankly, those never work in the first place. This is simply building an online business around one of the most trusted websites out there, Amazon.com. So it's definitely not a get-rich-quick scheme. This is also not a do-nothing-and-get-paid scheme. I don't even know if those really exist, but we want to make it clear that in any business, in anything that you make money, there's going to be work involved, right? And there's going to be a setup involved. So it's definitely not a do nothing and get paid. We like to say it how it is, right? So it's definitely not a do nothing and get paid magically by the money fairy type of thing. Our results aren't even remotely typical. And what we're going to talk about is how we built, like you just saw on the other slide, a $100 million company. It did $10 million a year. We're not telling you that you're going to make $10 million a year. It's just nobody can promise you that. And people that promise you that and say everything's guaranteed and you're going to make $1 million in 10 minutes, don't listen to them, guys. We're kind of the anti, we go against the grain in that regard. We don't want to be these hypey people that promise you the world when really, you need to put the time and effort in to build the business. If you put the time and effort in to build it, the results can be extravagant, right? We've helped people that have, we've helped people to get to 6 figures per month on Amazon, but it doesn't happen overnight, and it doesn't happen with some magic pixie dust that we sprinkle all over your hands and you just magically build a business. It's something that you have to put time and effort into to build. So we just want to make that clear to you. And we also have a confession. Here's our confession, guys. There are a ton of people selling on Amazon right now, and they've quite frankly got a head start on you. I mean, they found that Amazon was a good opportunity, and there's plenty of people right now that are selling on Amazon. And the number one thing I always get from them is from new people that are trying to sell on Amazon is it too overcrowded? Is it too saturated? Is the competition too strong? And my answer to this, guys, is yes, there's so many people that probably have a head start on you, quite frankly, because they're selling now. But here's the thing. So many people, like I said 2 times already, so many people are doing things dead wrong. They do not have their product listing set up right. They don't have good images. They don't have good reviews and all this stuff. And what we're going to show you, the main point of this webinar is to show you how you can take advantage of everybody that's doing things wrong. You can do things the opposite of them, and you can build a big business on Amazon doing it. So I'm happy that we got that stuff out of the way. Let's keep moving on. So Austin, I think that if you tell the story a little bit of why Amazon, why Amazon, why not eBay, why not your own website? I think that you can kind of give a good perspective on this. And I think a lot of people can relate to this story. So go ahead and take it away.
Thank you, Jeremy. Yeah, and guys, we love to have some input. So if you guys are already enjoying, we've only been on here about 10 or 15 minutes, enjoying the presentation, drop that in the chat, would you, that you're getting value out of this presentation? Because you know what? You took time out of your night, guys, and out of your schedule with your family, and you give to us. And so we want you to know we respect that, and we want to get some feedback from you. Okay. So Jeremy, come back to me and interrupt if you need to on that, if we get some good input on that. Okay.
Yep, go ahead.
So guys, a story. We are big storytellers. We love to kind of give you guys a sneak peek behind the curtain. Okay, so the story, the background on me and Jeremy involved in the business was I had a great job in corporate America. Guys, I was making 6 figures a year. I was doing really well, but you know what? I hated what I did for a living. I hated it. Monday mornings for me were like, I was having to drag myself into the office, get in my car and go to, go sit in traffic, and I just didn't like it. And so I had an opportunity to start my own company, the American dream, right? Go for the brass ring. And I did that. I actually created a multi-million-dollar business with the help of Jeremy, and I had my father was also in the business with me. We created a $10 million a year business, sold $100 million online. But you want to know what? I'm going to tell you a secret. It wasn't everything it was cracked up to be, okay? There's people out there who think if I can just quit my regular job and go start my own business and have my own brick and mortar franchise or whatever it is, or go get me a warehouse and all this kind of stuff and do it myself, guys, that's not the right way to do it. Take it from me. 14 years in my own warehousing. I had 65, 70 plus people working, 14,000 square feet, shipping 1,000 boxes a day. I'm going to tell you more about that in a minute. It was crazy. And every day there was a challenge. So what I didn't realize was running a warehouse and a call center and a shipping organization was extremely expensive, quite frankly, very painful, with a lot of daily challenges. I had 60 plus people. Right now, it would move up and down. Every day there was some kind of personality conflict going on, or whatever it was. And it was just always something, guys, okay? Now, it wasn't all doom and gloom, and I'm not here to tell you that it was. I mean, there was definitely good parts of it. It was really cool to build that business from the ground up. But you know what? It was extremely stressful because You want to know why it was stressful? We had to do it all ourselves. Everything we had to do, we had to build our own processing systems. We had 15 websites. We built them from the ground up. We had to build all this technology underneath them. We even had to build a shipping system, a piece of software to actually ship the volume we were doing, guys, because we were shipping 1,000 hitches, brakes, and other automotive parts every single day. And by the way, that's a shot of my warehouse you see there. I was stressed out every single day for whatever reason. The weekly UPS bills, 25 grand. Sounds kind of cool. Hey, wow, it's a big check. You want to know what? Every week, UPS was, if you're shipping 1,000 packages a day, that's, we'd ship on Saturdays too. That's really, that's 5,000 to 6,000 packages a week. And guess what UPS was doing? They were losing a ton of them. You were dealing with that. The monthly Google advertising bill was 95 grand. That's a lot of money to be paying them, for advertising. And by the way, those costs were going up because we were having to drive all of our own traffic to our websites and stuff like that. Okay. We had to create everything else, basically, everything. We had to learn it. You want to know the last part, and this is really important. I want you to remember this number, guys, 9%. Okay. We're going to talk about that in a little bit because Jeremy and I are all about profit. We're all about how do you have a business that's fun to run, fun to do, and cool to be involved in, but by the way, makes you a profit. What is profit? It's money you put into your pocket, you put into your bank account so that you can do whatever you want to do, okay? We had low net profits, 9%. 9% on $10 million a year business was good money. I'm not going to tell you it wasn't. I mean, that was a nice little paycheck I was paying myself, but it wasn't as much as it probably should have been because you know what? It was really expensive. It was, to run this entire shipping, warehousing, and massive customer service organization. So that's a little bit of a kind of a behind the curtain scenes look and a story to kind of wrap around what we're going to be talking about tonight. Okay, so what did I realize? That this business, guys, was fundamentally killing me. It was draining my joy of life. And it was because every day there was a problem and it was just a big thing to run. I mentioned earlier, we were selling on websites and we were selling well over $1 million a year on Amazon, by the way. I realized very quickly because I kind of saw the writing on the wall, and so did Jeremy. We saw the writing on the wall that Amazon was one of our distribution channels. We were selling on our websites. We were selling on eBay, by the way. And eBay was cool early on, but it got real painful, right? eBay kind of just changed and the model shifted. But I saw early on that Amazon was making some exceedingly exciting moves. And I quickly discovered that where they were going to go was truly the future. So a couple things happened. Number one, I sold my business and I started fundamentally focused on Amazon. Yes, I sold a $10 million a year business. Why did I do that? Number one, my father was involved in the business with me and he passed away. He passed away, guys, very suddenly from pancreatic cancer. 3 to 4 months from when he was diagnosed, he was gone. And he was 58 years old. And seeing my dad, who had been involved with us every day, seeing him wither away and frankly pass away changed me. And I knew that I wanted to go out and live life and really do life on my terms. And yes, I even own my own business, right? But so I had an opportunity to sell this big business, and I sold it. And I focused on Amazon, and I focused on some other businesses, but I fundamentally focused on Amazon and selling physical products. And here's why. Okay, so guys, I want you to take a minute, and I want you to think about something. Number one, Amazon is the largest online retailer in the world. Okay, I want you to stop thinking about Amazon as a consumer. Stop for a little bit thinking about Amazon as a place where you go buy stuff. And what I want you to think about, guys, is Amazon is a place where you can sell stuff to other people who come there to buy. Okay, so from here on out, that's how I want you to think about Amazon. Here's why you care. What is so cool about Amazon? Why do you buy from Amazon as a consumer? 2 words: trust and credibility, right? You go there because you trust Amazon. You know that you're going to get good products. If you have any issues, they're going to take care of you, okay? So as a seller, remember, I want you to think about this as a seller, right? That equals to you built-in buyers who instantly trust you. Remember that $95,000 a month Google advertising bill? I was having to drive my own traffic to my websites. You don't have to do that with Amazon. Millions of buyers are showing up every day with their credit cards in their hand, looking to buy products, and we're going to show you how you can put yourself in front of them and sell to them. So keep paying attention, okay? So within that, and I just mentioned this, you can easily find products to sell on Amazon to quickly create an online business. We're going to give you tonight the 6-step formula to how to do that, okay? So just hope you have a smile on your face, because you can easily find products to sell on Amazon to quickly create an online business. Now, it's getting even better, okay? These are the last 2 bullets on this slide. You can make 35 to 50% profit, guys, on everything you sell on Amazon. And we're going to give you tonight the formula on how to pick these products that will make you upwards of 50% profit on every time you sell. Remember that number I wanted you to remember? Remember that 9% number that was the profit that we made on our large $10 million a year auto parts business? 9%. And we're going to show you how you can make 50% profit on everything you sell. What does that mean to you? That means you keep 5 times more of the money than I did back in the day. It goes into your pocket. And by the way, you're leveraging Amazon to do everything for you. Now, this is one of the coolest parts. This is what, when I saw the writing on the walls, guys, I saw what Amazon was doing. This is a game changer. Here's what it was. Amazon quickly adopted a model of letting people sell products on their website, selling products that can make a ton of profit for people. And I'm talking about, like, for you guys, you can have this business selling products. And by the way, Amazon's going to do all the warehousing for you, all of the shipping for you. They'll ship your product to your customer for you. You don't have to pay for it. Okay, we'll get into that in a little bit. And then they, by the way, will do all the customer service for you. They'll customer calls, customer emails, they handle it for you. And guess what? They do it for a flat fee. We're going to tell you what it is. We're going to tell you what the formula is and how it all kind of fits together. So, Jeremy, do you think we got some people excited tonight?
Oh, yeah. I mean, I'm excited and I already know what's going to be going on. So, yeah, drop in the chat if you're ready to go. We want to see if you're ready to go, get in the 6 steps. So let's keep going, Austin. Go ahead.
All right. So this is the last slide, guys. I think the last slide or two before we get into the 6 steps. So all we're asking is, look, give us, you're here with us. You took your time out. We truly thank you for your time. We sold $100 million online. We're not saying that, guys, to brag. I hope you can tell. That's not who we are. We're saying it to, frankly, give you credibility, to show you that, you know what, we have been there and we have done that. We have 16 years combined between us selling of online sales experience, both myself and Jeremy. So trust us when we tell you this one thing. With what I just told you, Amazon is the biggest online opportunity that exists for the average kind of red-blooded American guy, American gal sitting here. And by the way, if you're in the UK, you're in the Canada, it applies to you too, okay? For the average person out there who wants to start an online business, frankly, there is nothing like Amazon in the world. And I'm wrapping our experience around that so that you can understand we have been around this block. Okay, so with no further ado, guys, I want to get into the 6 steps. Okay, so if you're a note taker, you got a piece of paper and a pen, start taking notes now. If you haven't already been, probably a lot of you have been. By the way, this was packed here tonight, so we thank all of you guys for coming. So what I'm going to do, guys, is I'm going to actually lay out the 6 steps for you first. I'm going to give you the roadmap. I'm going to tell you where we're going to go, okay? And then we're going to go into each one of them in depth. And when we go into each one of them in depth, we're going to do a case study. We're actually going to pick a product, and we're going to take that product from step 1 to step 6 to show you how you can build this business. All right, here we go. All right. So step 1 in the 6 steps to Amazon success is actually one that we talked about earlier, and it's one that, quite frankly, a lot of people get tripped up on. Okay, a lot of people think that they need to go out and find some really cool, hip, new, trendy product, and that's what they need to sell. Okay, and in fact, it is just the opposite. You need to find products that are already selling well, or said another way, guys, find products that have a ton of demand. What do I mean by that? A product that has a ton of demand. Well, let's talk about that. What's a good kind of product that has a ton of demand? I have an iPhone sitting on my desk. What the case around that iPhone is an example, guys, of a product that you could sell. Jeremy, look around the room. What's an example of a product that you could sell sitting in the room you're in?
Yeah, well, the biggest thing that comes to my head is pet supplies. I mean, pet supplies is a massive, massive market. And I have an Australian cattle dog. So I get him dog toys, dog treats, shampoo. When we were training him when he was a little puppy, we'd get the dog the spray to get the stains, like the poop stains, out of your carpet and stuff, just in case you had an accident. So all those are great examples of good products.
Yeah, guys. So look around the room. I guarantee you there's some stuff. And we're going to give you a ton of examples here in a little bit of products that you can sell. Step 2 is the most important one, in my opinion, talking about this. It's looking and finding products that are profitable. And again, guys, we're going to talk about the word profit a ton. And really what you need to know about profit, if you're not hugely familiar with the term, profit is what you put in your pocket after you paid everybody else. That's what you need to know, okay? And in step 2, we're going to give you the formula for identifying whether a product is profitable before you ever spend one dime in buying that product from a supplier to try to sell it. That's really, really cool. And I didn't have that back in the automotive parts business. And we'll talk about that in a little bit, okay? So that's step 2. We're going to show you how to identify profitable products. In step 2 and 3, guys, are actually married to each other. In step 3, we're going to talk and talk more about how do you find suppliers, manufacturers / suppliers that want to sell to you. There are literally hundreds of thousands of products you can sell on Amazon. There's literally that many. And guess what? There's just about as many suppliers and products, manufacturers that you can buy these products from in the United States as well as overseas. And we're going to show you and talk about that in step 3, how you find those guys, okay? All right. In step 4, this is one of my favorites, and I know it's one of Jeremy's favorites. And you know what, Jeremy? I'm going to let you take step 4. So talk to them about creating a private label version of a product.
Yeah, so I want to make sure that everybody understands what private labeling is. So if you've ever been to Costco, you see that Costco has their Kirkland brand, right? They got Kirkland brand juice. They got Kirkland brand.
Hello, Moto.
Pretzels, paper towels, everything basically. So what I'm going to talk about specifically is Kirkland brand vodka, because Kirkland brand vodka is the same exact vodka as Grey Goose vodka. It's both the same exact drink. Only Costco goes directly to the same manufacturer that Grey Goose uses, and they do what's called private labeling. The manufacturer allows anybody to label the bottles of vodka. So Costco gives them their Kirkland label. The manufacturer labels the bottles with Kirkland, and then they ship them to Costco. And now Costco has a private labeled vodka. So you see this a lot in Safeway and Target, Walmart. You'll see Walmart has a Walmart brand green beans, or Safeway has their Safeway Select coffee and stuff like that. That's all examples of private labeling. So if you guys get private labeling, I want to make sure you guys understand it before we keep going forward. So if you get private labeling, drop into the chat box, yes, I get private labeling, and just to make sure that you guys understand that. So Austin, go ahead and I'll read some other responses just to make sure.
Perfect. Okay, so guys, in step 5 is we're going to talk about listing your product for sale on Amazon. But you know what we're really going to talk about? We're going to talk about, we mentioned it at the very beginning of the presentation, we're going to talk about how you can do it better sell better than 99% of the people selling on Amazon right now. By the way, they're successful. They're successful despite all, okay? And in step 5, we're going to give you 2 ways that you can absolutely outdo the competition in step 5. We're going to talk about that. Apologize. In step 6, Jeremy's going to take step 6 when we get there. It's talking about leveraging Amazon's existing buyer traffic. And Jeremy, I do see the chats coming in. So I can see that everybody gets private label.
Yep. Looks like Patricia, John, Tammy, Robin, Freddie, Bernadette, everybody's saying they got it. So perfect. Let's keep moving forward.
All right, guys. So that was step 6. Okay, so lastly, rinse and repeat. Do it again and again and again. This is one of the coolest things about this business. You can start small and you can leverage and move it up. We've had people that we've helped, and they're on their like 7th and 8th and even 9th product now. So that's one of the coolest things about this business. All right. So as promised, let's get into the steps in the steps themselves. So let's dig into these steps. Remember, step 1 is where we're going to identify and find products that are selling well, or said another way, find products that have a lot of demand. Okay. So how do we do that? Well, guess what? Amazon actually helps us do that, kind of. Okay. there is literally not a link anywhere that I've been on Amazon for a long time that I've found where you can actually get access to this screen directly natively off of Amazon. The way that you find the screen you're looking at in your presentation is you need to first write it down so you can look at it later. Google the term Amazon Top 100 Sellers. And if you click on that, you will be presented with a screen that looks very similar to this. Okay, now I'm going to tell you, people do is the beauty category. There's a lot of opportunity there. Health and personal care, that's where the supplements are. We love home and kitchen. We really like the sporting good category, and probably one of our favorites by far is the pet category. Okay, so hopefully you're taking some notes. Those are some great departments, great categories, and we're going to kind of continue to dig in. Remember what I promised you. What we promised you was a case study. Okay, so we're actually going to pick a product now, and that's what we're going to do in this next slide. So when I created this, I chose the sporting and outdoors category. Now I want to show you something. These are the products right here that were the top 100 sellers in all the sporting and outdoors category. Number one, they're not the same. We're going to talk about why here in a few seconds. But there's different products now. So I chose one. And by the way, if you click into sporting and outdoor and then went into like cycling or golf, you would actually see the top 100 selling golf products and so forth and so on. Really cool. Massive amount of fun digging around here, and you'd be like shocked at some of the coolest stuff being sold. Again, this is Amazon telling you their top 100 sellers in all these departments. Okay, so here's why and what was really cool about what I just showed you. Okay, so this screen, this slide we actually made for a very specific reason. Remember the Amazon top 100 sellers. Well, here's what's going on, guys. Amazon is telling you which product are selling the best. You get that. But here's the mind blower. They update this top 100 selling list, guys, every hour of every single day, 365 days a year. Why is that so cool? Those are new opportunities literally flowing in and out every single hour of their top 100 selling product. And that means there's a ton. That's Amazon giving you the data, telling you what is selling well. They're telling you these are the top in-demand products. You should look at whether or not they might fit for, selling a product like that yourself, okay? So moving forward, remember we were going to do a case study. So now what we're actually going to do is we're going to pick a product and we're going to identify in step 2 whether it's a profitable product, okay? So remember I was in the sporting and outdoor category, and this is the product that actually grabbed my attention for a lot of reasons, and I'm going to outline them for you. Number 1, it was in the top 100 selling of all sporting and outdoors. What did that tell me? It has a ton of demand. It's selling really, 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 really well. There's a lot of people buying these every single day. Number 2, look at what it's priced at, $25.99, and that's perfect for what we want because see on the left-hand side where it says price between $15 and $50, it's right in the middle of what Jeremy and I call the impulse buying range, okay? And what that means is that there's not a lot of emotional thought processing or justification that goes into buying a product like this. Here's how a scenario might play out. I went this morning to work out or to do yoga, and I forgot my mat, and I used a really bad skinny mat, burned up, tore my elbows and my knees. I need to go to Amazon and buy a mat. Click on, see it, buy it, done. I'm on with my life. That's literally kind of the process we want people to go through when they're looking at these types of products to buy from us, okay? And then lastly, it just has a ton of demand. We talked about that. So let's look now, and what do we got to do now? We've identified a product as a ton of demand. It's priced really well. We like it. It's got some decent images. We'll talk about images in step 5. But you know what we don't know? We don't know what we can buy it for. Because, oh, by the way, in step 5, I'm going to tell you we're going to sell for 26 bucks. Actually, we're going to talk about that in step 3. My apologies. We're going to sell for $26. I'm going to tell you how we're going to do that in step 3. So that's actually going to be our selling price. We're going to go directly at the competition, which you should think is pretty cool, because Jeremy and I are definitely not the guys who want to go out and buy really bad stuff and sell it. We want to sell really good stuff at a premium, okay? And we're going to show you how to do that. So here's what we got to do. We got to find out how well we can buy this, right? So let's move on and go into step 2 and 3. We're moving into 3. So we're still talking about profitability, right? Because we don't know what we can buy it for. Well, the way that we discover profitability is we got to go find some suppliers, okay? We got to go see, hey, how well can we buy this exercise, this yoga mat? Number 1, guys, we hugely recommend you use Google first and go to Google and type in a term like black or yoga mat manufacturer, yoga mat supplier, things like that, guys. Why do we ask you to do that? Because if you're using Google, you'll actually find websites that have that exact phrase on it, which means that they are likely, obviously, to be in that business of supplying you with that particular product. And here's a couple of things we want to know. Number 1, not every product is available to be bought in the U.S. There are definitely products that lend themselves to manufacturing overseas. A lot of plastic-related products, silicone products, things like that. So first, look on Google. If you can, for USA suppliers, we recommend that. Why? Because you know what? There's no language barrier. There are usually faster turnaround times. You can get the products from your manufacturer to Amazon's warehouse faster, et cetera. There's a lot of really good reasons. Now, we have a ton of people that we've helped who are sourcing products overseas. If you're going to look at sourcing overseas, go to Alibaba.com. That's the screen you see, and you can look there. Okay. So now we're going to go on to the next slide. And this is really where the rubber meets the proverbial road, or the rubber meets the yoga mat. I actually just made that joke. So, all right. So you can see, follow the red arrows, guys. See the first top red arrow says black yoga mat. All right. So that's what I typed into Alibaba. And then I also want you to look at, see on the left-hand side where it says suppliers by area, East Asia. A lot of people don't know this. They think that Alibaba is only a place to find overseas. If there are North American suppliers for this product, North America being obviously United States and Canada, et cetera, and Mexico, then they will show up there as well. Okay, if they're in the Americas, so to speak. So just know that, jot that down. It could be something. Okay. Lastly, definitely turn on in the middle where it says sort by gold supplier, on-site check, assessed, escrow, blah blah blah. All those things, turn those on, guys. Here's why. That by doing that, it will only show you the best of the best suppliers and the best of the best products. You can see I turned those on, and it gave me 692 products. That's the second red arrow you see. All right, the third red arrow you see is the first product that grabbed my attention. Jeremy always kids me because he says, you're lazy, you didn't want to go past page 1. I'm like, no, not true. He's laughing if you can hear him in the background. Here's why it grabbed my attention. Number 1, the image was a great image. We're going to talk about that in step 5. But number 2, look at the price. I can buy these for $2 to $4.50 for a 500 sheet order. And by the way, guys, if you contact some people on Alibaba, don't be afraid to contact them if their minimum order is a little higher than you want, because you know what? Everything is negotiable. You might pay a little bit more per unit, but you could probably get them down to maybe 75, 50, 100 sheet order, something like that. Okay. So on the left-hand side of the screen, you see the bullets. The fourth one says, we have a winner with this product. And you're like, all right, I'm thinking maybe, Austin, prove it to me. Okay, here's where we get into some really, 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 really fun stuff. All right, how much could you make? Guys, I need your full attention. If you're doing something else, stop. Okay, come back to me. You can hear me. This is what we call the math slide, the money slide. This is the formula, guys, we're about to give you for how to find and pick profitable products. And here we go. All right, we're going to do the math. Remember, we're going to sell our product for basically what that product, the competitor was. Remember, it was $25.99. I've rounded up to $26 for easy math. $26 is going to be what we sell for on Amazon. Our cost to buy from shipping, our cost to buy the product with shipping from China added is $5 a unit. And by the way, if my cost from China for, maybe I had to order less was $6 or $7 per unit, my math still works. And I'm going to show you here in a minute why. The fourth bullet down is the main one you need to know about. Okay. Amazon sales fees are 30% of your selling price equals $7.80. Austin, where'd you get that number? What does that mean? Okay. You see where we're selling for 26 bucks. 26 bucks times 30%, guys, is $7.80. Here's how all this comes together. And this, by the way, guys, is the success formula we're giving you for picking products. Here's how we pick them. We're going to sell for 26 bucks. It's going to cost us $7.80 that we're going to pay to Amazon. Here's what they get for that $7.80. Amazon will warehouse all of our product for us. So how that works is we'll have our supplier, the company we're buying these yoga mats. They're going to ship all 500 of the yoga mats I'm going to buy in this example. They're going to ship them to Amazon's warehouse for me. Amazon is going to warehouse those for me. They're going to ship all of my orders. So when I get orders, they're going to ship those orders to my customer. I don't have to pay shipping for that, by the way. And they're going to do all of the customer service for me, all of the emails, the calls. And by the way, guys, remember I used to have 40 people working for me just doing customer service. It was one of the biggest cost centers of my entire business. They're going to do that for $7.80. That should get you excited. Number one, notice that you know that cost going in, right? Have I spent a dime yet in this example? No, I haven't, right? I haven't spent a penny. And by the way, so our profit's $13.20 net profit per unit sold. May not sound like a lot to you, but it's over 50% net profit. And I just said it. Have I spent a dime? No. I've just done some research. I found a product that was selling well, found a supplier I can buy it from, and I've identified, because I know all of my costs, that if I sell this product, it's going to have a 50% net profit. Remember the automotive business that Jeremy and I had? We make 9% net profit on everything we sell. That should have just blown your mind. By the way, lastly, net profit is your profits, which you put into your pocket after you paid your supplier and you have paid Amazon sales feed after you paid everybody. Okay. Drop in the chat, guys, if you love what you just saw, because I love presenting this slide, you can tell, and if you're blown away by it. We just gave you the formula for picking successful products. Okay. Lastly, and I just mentioned this, remember in my automotive business, we fought and scraped for 9% profit. Remember that? And we made a good living. But in this example, we're making over 50% profit on every mat sold. You can tell I'm excited about it. So, Jeremy, have we got anybody coming at us?
Yeah. Let's see. Kathleen, love it. Eduardo, got it. Constance, love it. Very cool. Tammy, love it. Tia, awesome. Jennifer, love it. Very cool. Awesome. Good going, guys. All right, so I wanted to break it down even further, right? So I want to break down, okay, so you see the net profit. We know that we have $13.20 profit per sale, right? So how much can we make? Now, me and Austin happen to know, based on some research tools that are available to people, that there are approximately 6,000 yoga mats being sold every single day on Amazon. So we're staying consistent with our case study, our example. Right? So there's approximately 6,000 yoga mats being sold on Amazon every single day. Now, it does not take that much of a slice of the pie to have a very significant profit and income from your Amazon business. So let's put that in more perspective. You see that we have this broken down. 10 sales a day will equal $132 per day in profit. What I want to focus on for this example real quick is the 30 sales per day, the $396 per day in net profit. So if we go to the next slide, I want to break that down a little bit further. Fact, we just told you there are over 6,000 yoga mats being sold every day on Amazon. If we just sell 30 mats a day, that is exactly, kind of funny how the math works, it's exactly 0.5% of the total daily sales volume of yoga mats being sold on Amazon. So if we sell 30 mats, that's only 0.5% of the total daily sales volume of yoga mats being sold on Amazon. Not that much, just 0.5%. If we sell 30 mats a day and we have a over $13 net profit, we are making $396 per day, which is $11,880 per month in profit. And that's only selling 30 mats a day, which quite frankly is not hard to do, right? It's 0.5% of the total daily sales volume. If we move on to 50 sales a day, 100 sales a day, you can only see that number growing. So that's the key, guys, is having that huge net profit, having over half your sales price being net profit, 50.7%. I mean, you don't have to sell that much to make very, very large amounts of sales. So, Austin, let's keep it moving here.
All right, thanks, Jeremy. Yeah, and I want to add, guys, that was just one example. Yoga mats, which frankly, Jeremy and I talked about this. To me, a yoga mat is not a hugely mainstream product, right? It's not like an iPhone case or a shaving mirror or a pet odor stain remover. And the fact that it's 6,000 units a day should give you some perspective, bottom line, into just how massive Amazon is and how many millions of buyers are going there every day. It's just amazing. It still blows me away. And I saw the time for different products. Okay. So I just wanted to I wanted to kind of point that out. So thanks for that, Jeremy. So guys, we're now going to move into step 4, where we're going to talk about, remember, creating a private label version of a product. So let's move forward with this example of this exercise yoga mat. Here's how it goes. Here's how you private label. Drum roll, please. It's really, really complicated. Okay. So I'm talking to my supplier. I've called them, maybe emailed them, whatever, and I said, hey, by the way, on the yoga mat that I'm going to buy from you, is there a label that you put on that yoga mat? Why, yes, Austin, there is. Well, on that label, what do you have on that? Probably what? Some descriptive content about, that it's a black mat and maybe its dimensions. It's, it's a certain size by this size width, that kind of deal, what it's made out of. Yeah, we have that. It's standard stuff, Austin. Well, hey, is there a place on that blank label that you put on that yoga mat? Could I maybe, take your logo off of it and put my own logo on it? And they were like, well, sure. You're going to buy those. You're going to buy a couple hundred of them. You bet. Guys, I've just created a private label version of a yoga mat. That's literally how it goes. So I would get a logo design. You see on your screen a couple of places you could get them designed either very cheaply or a little bit more expensive at 99designs.com. You get somebody who's a graphic designer and you get them to make you a logo. In this case, I might do some kind of a really cool yoga Zen logo or something. And I would turn around and I would email that to my manufacturer, and they would then put that on the label. And I have now created a private label version of this yoga mat. So bottom line, don't overthink this step. Simply come up with a creative brand name for your product that makes sense. And have a logo easily designed and email it to your supplier. It's literally as simple as that, guys. We could kind of overcomplicate this and make it seem like, oh, you got to really do this and this. But you know what? That's not who we are. That's not how we are. We wanted to lay this all out for you so you understood exactly how this other process really, really works. So that's step 4. That's how you create a private label version of a product. Okay, we're in step 5 now. And now remember, we're talking about listing your product for sale on Amazon. But really, guys, what we're going to talk about in step 5 is three really, really cool things. We're going to talk about 2 things having to do with competition, and then Jeremy's going to talk about reviews. And we're going to talk about that in step 5. So remember what we talked about in the very beginning, how 99% of the people selling on Amazon, by the way, who are successful because of the sheer volume of stuff being sold. Remember, there's 6,000 yoga mats every day sold, just as an example. There's people that right now are on page 1 of Amazon search results selling yoga mats that are doing a bad job. Here's how we define bad job. They're not doing a good enough job, guys, of selling to the masses of people coming to look and buy those yoga mats from them. What are they not doing? Number 1, the biggie, images. They either have really, really, really bad images. Number 2, they don't have enough images. Or number 3, they don't have their images. They don't show their product being used in everyday, life. Those are the 3 things you need to do with images. If you do just those 3 things, you will outflank, outmaneuver, and outdo 99% of the competition on Amazon. Guys, it's literally as simple as that. Because there's so many people selling on Amazon who just frankly don't get it. And they're successful despite themselves just because of the sheer amount of buyers coming through Amazon every day. The second thing that we recommend, we want to tell you that you can do to do it better than your competition, I don't care what the product is, supplements, pet products, doesn't matter. most of them don't tell you about the benefits of what their product does. What are benefits? Benefits are simply, hey, my product is going to solve this problem for you, Mr. Customer, right? So an example of a yoga mat benefit is this. Austin's yoga mat is 2 inches thick, and it's 2 inches thick so that it will help protect your knees and your elbows from the hard floor so you can get a better workout and so you can have a healthier heart and live a longer life. Now, that's an extreme benefit, right? But you see, you get my point, right? I took a feature, it was 2 inches thick, and I turned it into a benefit. That's literally you do, and if you will include benefits in your product, you're going to kill the competition. All right, Jeremy, I'm going to turn the mic over to you to talk about one of your favorite subjects.
Yeah. So we're going to talk about this, reviews, right? Amazon. Reviews are so important on Amazon, right? It's one of the most important things that you have there. And why? Well, I'm going to show you guys by asking you a question. So how many of you guys look at reviews on Amazon before you buy a product? And to take it a step further, for how many of you guys do reviews influence your decision to either buy the product or not buy the product? So drop that in the chat box right now. How many of you guys look at reviews and are influenced by those reviews to buy or not buy a product? All right. So Susie, I already got people coming back. Susie says always. Tammy says 100%. Natalie, definitely. Yeah, I mean, Ashley, every time. Tia, always. Yeah, everybody, 99% of people look at the reviews before they buy a product, right? So it's not a stretch to tell you guys that Amazon reviews are the lifeblood of your business. You need to have good reviews for people to trust your product enough to go ahead and buy it from you, right? It's simple as that. So how are we going to get reviews right off the bat? Well, we're first going to give about 10 units at a discount to friends and family to get some easy 5-star reviews. Now, as a side note, what you want to do when you get these reviews from friends and family is you want to ask them to put a disclaimer at the end of their review that says, I received this product at a discount in exchange for an unbiased, honest review. Now, that's not going to affect anything, so don't worry about that. You just want to make sure that you have them put that in there so that your review doesn't get removed. Now, you have 10 reviews. You got friends and family to review at a discount. By the way, it's really easy to give discounts. You can make a coupon code in your Amazon account, but that's beyond the point. So you have 10 reviews for your product. Now what we're going to do is do something very cool, and that's called using Amazon advertising. And this is how we're going to get your product to shoot up in the search results. So when you first launch a product, your product might be on page 197 or something like that. But guess what? In this example, if somebody searched black yoga mat and you're on page 197, nobody's going to see you, right? You're going to be on 197, and how many people go through 196 pages to land on the 197th and find you there? It's very, very slim chance, right? So what we do is we use Amazon advertising. So if you see the red arrow, that is pointing at a sponsored ad. And what that does is when you use a sponsored ad, you get to page 1 automatically. You automatically get placed on page 1. So the cool thing about Amazon ads is you can actually set your own budget, right? So you can set your budget as little as a couple bucks a day. It doesn't matter. But what you're doing is you're putting your product on page 1 to get in front of the maximum amount of buyers. Because when somebody searches black yoga mat, everybody who searches that is going to page 1 of the search results first. So if you are on page 1 with your ad, people are going to see you more often. So what that's going to do is that's going to put you in front of the maximum amount of buyers. So you're going to get more sales as a result from that. So more sales are going to equal more reviews, right? Because it's just a numbers game. So more reviews equal more sales equal more reviews. It's a self-fulfilling prophecy, continuous loop, whatever you want to call it. But now that you're moving up in the rankings organically because you're making sales, you can actually get to page 1 organically and then shut off the ads and continue to get free sales, right? So when you're getting sales from your Amazon ad, you're actually moving up in the rankings organically too. And then you can get on page 1, and now you can turn off the ads and get free sales. So it's really, really cool. And for somebody asked, Robin asked, do we pay to get on page 1? For the ads, yes, you do. You get to set your own budget though. So you can set it to be a couple bucks a day. You pay per click. So you pay for whoever clicks on your ad. So you can set the budget. It helps you get to page one. And now once you get to page one, you'll make organic sales without paying for advertising. And those are free sales, guys. That's the power of being on Amazon. If you had your own website, you have to drive all the traffic. If you're on Amazon and you're on page one, that's free traffic. You don't have to pay for advertising. Do you see the power of that? You get free organic sales. So it's really, really cool how this works. And Austin, I'm going to go ahead and pass it back off to you.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate that, Jeremy. So, guys, we promised y'all some added value. You're okay on sound?
Yep.
Okay. I apologize. I sound like it was bouncing back to me. We promised y'all some added value, and we've given you a ton of product ideas already. But you know what? We wanted to go even further for you and give you even more product ideas as viable, really good potential products that you could be selling, starting basically now, selling on Amazon. We really, really love the barbecue grill set space. We know firsthand of people selling these barbecue grill sets and doing $30,000, $40,000 a month in sales selling barbecue grill sets. And yes, I'm talking about, guys, the oversized utensils you use to flip burgers and steaks. Which, by the way, personal aside, I've always thought they were too big, especially the tongs, like way too big. But we know of people doing that. Okay. But here's the interesting thing. Also, look at products, guys, and look and make sure and just look to see if there's any seasonality in them. In the automotive business that we had, there was seasonality in that, right? There was. We didn't sell a lot of products in November and December. Frankly, it wasn't a real fun time for the business because nobody bought brake parts and trailer hitches in December. They're buying Christmas. So there's a little bit of seasonality in barbecue sets. Why? Well, because January, February, there's a big part of the United States and Canada that are, that frankly are too cold to go out and maybe grill unless you're like a real big griller and you'll go out and brave the winter. But just know that there sometimes can be seasonality. I'm not saying you shouldn't go into it. Just saying be aware of it, look at it, and know your market. Yes, you just saw flags come up on your screen, and I'm talking about American flags, state flags, things like that. American, good old red, white, and blue. We know of at least 5 to 6 people selling flags, doing $60,000 to $70,000 a month, over $2,000 a day in flag sales, and that's all they sell. Why is it so big? Why is it such a big number? Frankly, you're probably blown away by that. You shouldn't be. Number one, there's 300 plus million people in the United States. There's physically a ton of people out there, and every single day there's thousands and thousands and thousands of people that got to buy a flag. They're buying them for their house, they're buying them for a special occasion, maybe buying them for their business, whatever it may be, give us gifts, whatever it may be. There's a ton of flags being sold every day. Flags are a great opportunity. Jeremy, I'm going to turn it over to you to talk about supplements.
Hey, what's
Right,
up?
right. So supplements. For those of you guys that don't know, I had a big, huge supplement business that I sold at the beginning of 2014, actually. And the funny thing was at the end of 2014, we sold the automotive parts business. But aside from that, supplements are a great market on Amazon. But here's the thing. I would not sell weight loss related supplements or anything like that. I personally think that market is too saturated on Amazon. There's too much competition. And it's just, I don't think it's the way to go. What I would look into, however, are health related supplements, things like vitamin D, magnesium oil. And you could even sell variations of different things like a vitamin D spray, vitamin C, multivitamins, things of that nature. Health related supplements are a massive opportunity on Amazon. The reason why is actually you can get recurring purchases. So if somebody runs out of the vitamin D that you sell, right, and they like the vitamin D because it's a high quality product, how easy is it for them to just go back to you and buy from you, right? So you can get recurring purchases. That makes your income more predictable, and you can just continually grow your base of customers, and you could really make massive sales in the supplement market. Some people ask me about the liability. You could actually be added to your supplier's liability insurance so that you can actually be covered under your supplier's liability insurance without coming out of pocket for it. So it's a really great business to be in, and that's supplements. So back to you, Austin.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate that. So continue moving on, guys. Compression sleeves is a great cat product in the sporting good category. I personally know of somebody who's doing over $60,000 a month selling compression sleeves. What are compression sleeves if you don't know what they are? I guarantee you know what they are. It's the little tight things you see professional athletes usually wearing around their elbows, their knees, their backs. You actually have now seen a very public football figure, Brett Favre, pitching those on an infomercial, which, by the way, that's another side note. If you see a product on an infomercial, I guarantee you there's a ton of demand for that product on Amazon. Not talking about ripping off that product. I'm talking about the category. For example, Brett Favre right now has an infomercial out selling compression sleeves. What does that mean? There's a ton of people buying them. So you can sell there's people who won't buy off that infomercial, but they'll go buy it off of Amazon because that infomercial created, the thought, oh yeah, you know what? I need to get a compression sleeve for my elbow because it's really been hurting me, right? Compression sleeves are a great one. Moving on, because we want to keep moving forward here for you guys. Pet niche, massive. Probably actually the biggest opportunity on this page is pet niche. Why? We spend billions with a B, by the way, billions of dollars, guys, a year on our pets. I'm a big dog guy. Jeremy is as well. I've got 2 Australian Shepherds. He's got an Australian, dog as well. We spend a ton of money on our dogs because we love them. I have a cat too, and we spend some money on him as well. So if people are into their pets and we spend money on treats, all this stuff, we know of at least 4 or 5 people, Jeremy, doing pet stain remover and treats and doing over 100,000. Is that the latest number?
Yeah. I think the latest number is $125,000 a month, actually.
Yeah, per month. And that number probably blew you away. But here, I want to give you a little insight. Let people behind the curtain. Why are they selling that much in dog treats and pet stain removers? Well, it's because there are millions and millions and millions of dogs. Some of them are inside. They're peeing and pooping on the carpet. You got to have something to clean it up, right? It's not sexy, but it's a reality. People and a ton of people will turn to Amazon to buy those products. That's why we wanted you to start thinking of your, as a seller, right? Not as a buyer. Start looking around. You're going to start seeing massive opportunity everywhere in your house, by the way. It's going to drive you nuts because you'll be like, wow, that's cool. Wow, that's cool. And your spouse is going to be like, seriously? All right. So, Jeremy, over to you, man.
Yeah. So, finally, getting more product ideas, guys, is actually pretty simple. Go to Target, go to Walmart, go to GNC if you're interested in supplements, and look in the at the eye level, right, of the different aisles, right? So if you look at the products that are right at eye level, or you look at the products that are at the end caps, right? If you look at those products, those are the most profitable products that these retailers are selling. They're not putting anything in place by accident. They always put the most profitable products at eye level or at the end caps of different aisles, and that way the most people see them, right? And then they make the most money. Or those product companies might be paying tons of money to get in front of, get in those positions in the store. And once again, why are they paying so much money? Because there's massive profitability in those products. So look for those for great ideas. A lot of those ideas also translate over to Amazon as well. So let's talk about you. We've gone through the whole presentation. You're on the computer, you've watched the entire webinar, and you know that selling on Amazon is the perfect opportunity for you to own your own online business and make an online income. So you're sitting there thinking, hey, I can do this and generate income and sales online with Amazon, but you might be wondering, how can I implement all the strategies and tactics that we just showed you quickly and easily and without all those road bumps that come with doing this all on your own and all the guesswork and stuff like that? So we put together a product. We call it Simple Product Profits Platinum Membership. And we'd actually like to help you with this, help you choose a profitable product, also help you choose and launch your product on Amazon and actually make sales, right? So there's so much people that launch products and it's cool and it's exciting, but hey, you got to make sales. You got to actually sell the product. You got to market the product and get it out there. So between me and Austin's, 16-year experience, we can help you do this. Create a highly profitable online business. Not only that, but also have a business that is 90% automated, right? I mean, Amazon FBA program handles the warehouse, the shipping, the customer service all for you. And on top of that, you can have a business that you can scale to virtually any income that you want. And that's by adding additional products, adding sub-products I will talk about a little bit later on, and just building a massive business where you could be selling. I mean, we have some students that sell 8, 9, 10 different products, And if, each one's making $5,000 a piece, you can do the math on that. It's just a really incredible opportunity. And if all of that kind of resonates with you, then this program is specifically for you. Now, here's how we're going to do it. So in the Simple Product Profits Platinum program, we actually have 7 video modules, and that's the roadmap. And it walks you through each step that you need to be successful. So module 1, and I'm going to break them down real quickly, and then I'm going to break them down in depth. So module 1 is laying a successful foundation, building the foundation for your business. You got module 2, choosing your perfect product, how to find a product that is successful specifically for you before you even start selling it. You got module 3, finding your reputable supplier, how to find the best suppliers that sell the products for very, very cheap so that you can make very high profit margins on them. Module 4, creating your brand, how to create a personal brand that speaks to an audience and sells. It's an exciting thing to do, and it's not that hard to create your own brand. We're going to cover that in module 4. Module 5, listing your product on Amazon. That's when you're actually going to list it and get it ready to go. You got module 6, which is marketing and promoting your product to the top of the search results to get all those organic free sales that Amazon has up to offer. And then module 7, growing and scaling your business, how to add additional products, how to grow your business to whatever income goal you have, right? Any income goal is really possible with Amazon. It just depends on how much work you want to put into it and actually how much money you want to make. So let's break it down in depth. We got module 1, which is intro to success. It's the exact blueprint to success on Amazon. It's how to set goals for your new Amazon business. And it's also the keys to laying the foundation to your Amazon business. It's where you need to have a very strong foundation to build the business off of. And we're going to show you exactly how to do that. We got module 2, finding products. So this is where you're going to find the best products to sell. We're also going to show you how to use your competitors to set yourself up for success. Remember, I said 90% or even higher than that are doing things dead wrong. So we're going to show you how to study your competitors and do everything right that they are doing wrong. We got Amazon to get you to cross-sell for you. So we're going to show you how to get Amazon to cross-sell, which they love to promote different products to different people. And we're going to show you how to get Amazon to promote your products to people that want them. We're going to show you how to own your own buy box in Amazon. And that means, have you ever seen on the Amazon listing where 10 people are buying this new and 12 people are selling this used? That's the buy box. And we're going to show you how you can be the only one in that buy box so that the only option is to buy from you. Also, what products and categories to avoid. We're also going to show you how to laser focus on the most profitable products. And remember, we have a very strict criteria to make sure that you pick a successful product the first time, right? So that's all what we cover in module 2. Module 3 is finding suppliers. We're going to help you find suppliers inside the United States, but we're also going to help you find the best and most reputable suppliers overseas and in China. We're also going to show you how to contact these suppliers, but we're actually going to take it a step further and give you the exact questions and the exact negotiating strategies that we use to get suppliers to give us the best deal and ensure massive profit margins. If you buy the product, remember guys, you will be successful. If you buy the product right, you will be successful. And that's all about module 3 is negotiating and contacting these suppliers and getting the best deals. In module 4, it is create your product. This is how to easily get a logo and a brand created dirt cheap. It's also every step mapped out to have a very appealing brand for your specific target market, how to make a brand that really appeals to people. And this one's a really exciting one because how cool is it to have not only your own brand and your own brand on Amazon, but your own brand on Amazon that's selling very, very well and you're making good money from it. I mean, that's the best of kind of both worlds, or all 3 worlds rather. And then finally, we're going to cover how to create your company listing on Amazon, which is an important piece of this puzzle. In module 5, we're going to show you how to list your product on Amazon. We're going to show you how to optimize your product so that it sells like crazy. We're going to show you how to create your product listing. So how do you create good headlines? How do you create good product descriptions? How do you create good bullet points? How do you create good images? We're going to cover all of that so you can do everything better than your competition. I mean, sometimes I see competitors that are doing pretty well with one image, and it's just like this blurry, out of focus image that doesn't really it's not really exciting or anything. So just the opportunity is huge to do things better than everybody else right now currently on Amazon. We're going to give you the exact blueprint to make your listing stand out and generate a ton of daily sales. And also we're going to talk about Amazon's FBA program, warehousing, shipping, and customer service, all done for you, and how we maximize that to its full potential. In Module 6, we're going to talk about promoting your product on Amazon. This is how to catapult your product sales page on Amazon to the top of the Amazon search results, creating the self-fulfilling prophecy. And that means more reviews equal more sales equal more reviews. And it just grows your business and puts you on page 1 in front of all the buyers. That's where you get free organic sales. How to set yourself apart from the competition. We talked about that. Exact blueprint to take your product from nowhere land, which is like page 265, to page 1 in record time. A good story of that is what was this? This is about a month ago. We had a student named Nancy, and she had a product in the pet supplies market, and she got to page 1 using our strategies in this module. She got to page 1 in just 2 days, which is crazy. Sometimes it takes people months or even longer than that to get on page 1, and she was able to do it in just 2 days. And that's what we're going to cover in Module 6. Also, how to get your product ranked in Google. So when people search for your specific product inside of Google, your listing pops up and you can sell even more product doing that. So it's really cool. Module 6 is one of my favorites. And finally, Module 7 is long-term success factors. It's how to ensure your Amazon products business is successful and profitable every single day. It's also going to be how to expand and scale your Amazon business. So how to add product number 2, product number 3, product number 4, and how to grow your business exponentially. Also, how to accomplish all of your goals in your Amazon business as well. That is covered in Module 7. So you're getting the exact system that me and Austin personally used to build our own successful Amazon business. We had a massive automotive parts business. We had a massive supplements business as well. And this is the exact strategies that we used in that business. So the price or the investment, what does it take to become part of Simple Product Profits Platinum? Well, this is the same system that we teach our private one-on-one consulting clients. These are people that have contacted us and want us to help them personally one-on-one launch a product on Amazon and build a business. Spots sold out in this program at $5,800 per client. And the last time we did a class similar to this was our e-commerce masterclass, and it sold out at $6,700 per student. But the cool part of this is that this is going to be, number one, equally as valuable, if not a little bit more so, because we have so many cool stuff to share with you and cool things to give you, but it's also way more affordable than the other classes we just mentioned. So you can enroll today for 3 easy payments of $497, or you can save $500 and make 1 payment of $997. But it gets even better than that. For the first 50 people to enroll during this webinar, you can make just 3 easy payments of $299, or you can save an additional $500 by making 1 easy payment of $497. But this is for the first 50 people only, because we like to keep this group as small as possible so we can